Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is August the 1st, and it was a little warm out there today. How many visitors do we have? I think we had 70 today all over the place. It was a blast. Giving tours like crazy. Come visit Dinosaur. It's free. Come visit, okay? Let's see. We're tonight, open mic again. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. Prove me wrong. We're on a bunch of different channels. They're all listed there. Facebook, Rumble, everything but YouTube. Actually, there's a bunch of our stuff's on YouTube anyway. Type in Ken Hovind, see what pops up. You never know. But you can get all of our videos, spread it around, tell people about it, share it, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff, whatever you're supposed to do. Okay, tonight, here we are, August the 1st. Coming up in a couple weeks is our Creation Boot Camp, the end of the month. If you want to come for that, or if you have a creation ministry, want to advertise yourself, contact Joseph, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 4. If you want to schedule a cabin, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 5. How are the kids liking the cabin so far, you visitors here? Yay, okay. They're pretty nice. I mean, it's not, motel, not Holiday Inn, but pretty nice. Plus, we got real tours and pigs to pet. Yeah, they don't have that Holiday Inn. Okay, let's see. Help us stay open for free if you like what we're doing. So join our 777 Club. See, I like those guys. I want to keep them going. That's what keeps us going, because people support us. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1. Talk to the secretary. You want that? Our website is drdino.com. Open for free. The giant crab is coming together. How many more days do you think, brother?
2, possibly 3.
2 more days to get the last 5 pieces up. 4 pieces and the tail. Yep. Amen. That's going to be so cool. Crabby coming together. If you do fiberglass, we need somebody to patch up all the cracks and all the Crabby's had a rough life. It was a rough move. Okay. If you have a mother-in-law you want to name her after, help us pay for the stuff and we might do that, okay? Let's see, there's Crabby going together. Gonna be so cool. Okay, so many atheists, so little time. Who gets whacked first? Well, we have another pope of the evolution religion, Pope Dave. All these guys do is make a proclamation. Evolution is true. You better bow down and believe it. Yeah, you'll get excommunicated from all the temples of higher learning, okay? Strawberry Dave. Dave, I know you told me in the debate we did that you believe you're related to a strawberry. I want you to know, a couple of days ago, I ate your grandpa. What do you think? Yeah, good too. So I did a debate with Dave, I don't know when it was, on Modern Day Debate a couple of years ago. I just thought I'm going to read a couple of the comments from here and to get the thing started for tonight. Let's see. So Professor Dave, I'm going to get over to here. Is that it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Pope Dave. I love it. Let me drag him over to here.
Oh, are you guys seeing full screen my slides?
We are, and I'm just adjusting the size to make sure it fits just right.
Okay.
Thanks so much. We are good to go. We see them crystal clear.
Okay, so you just start when I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. Let's begin by stating that evolution by natural selection is an observable fact.
There goes his declaration. It's a fact. Dave, nobody has observed any evolution. It's not observable fact. It takes place in the past in your imagination. That's why you have to count on fossils, which can't talk. And you count on the fossils being in different layers, which is dumb. All the layers formed in one big flood in the days of Noah. This is where you guys start off with a declaration. Evolution is a fact. Keep talking, Dave.
Expose some bacteria to antibiotics, chance mutations lead to resistant ones, the rest die, and soon they're all descended from the resistant ones.
You're right. You put an antibiotic on a bacteria, many of them die. A few of them are automatically already resistant. They survive. Then they get to make the babies for the next generation. And so over time, you have a whole new batch of bacteria that are resistant to the antibiotic. Now you got to get a new antibiotic. Dave, that is not evolution. It's selecting something that's already existing. I will show you, just in case you care to know the truth about this. I think some of your listeners might, okay? You said it's an observable fact. Antibiotic resistance in bacteria shows adaptive design. There's a great article by Brian Thomas that works at ICR, Institute for Recreation Research in Dallas. Bacteria survival in antibiotics has been taken as proof of evolution in action. But in-depth studies of the specific mechanisms for antibiotic resistance in bacteria show that no evolutionary processes are involved. One recent study mentioned the possibility that bacteria are able to fine-tune the shapes of their own biochemicals in order to circumvent the harmful effects of antibiotics. So it's already designed into the bacteria. Antibiotics are tiny chemicals that can kill bacteria, and their use can wipe out almost all the individuals of a bacteria population, but a few bacteria sometimes survive and grow in the presence of the antibiotic, although at a slower pace. How do bacteria acquire antibiotic resistance? Often a small number are already resistant before the antibiotic was applied. There is no innovation in such cases, but merely a shift in which strain of bacteria dominate the habitat. That's not evolution. You're selecting a slice of an already existing bacteria gene code. You didn't create anything. This isn't going to drive evolution, Dave. Sometimes the DNA of bacteria changes and can alter their protein shapes, though these subtle alterations almost always decrease the protein's job efficiency. They can ward off antibiotics that would ordinarily disrupt certain proteins. Let's see. Do bacteria evolve resistance to antibiotics? John Morris, PhD, back 30 years ago. Often the claim is made in biology class that evolution has been observed in certain microbes, germs that over time have developed a resistance to antibiotics. For instance, penicillin is generally now less effective than it was before. Stronger and more focused drugs have been developed, each with initial benefits, but which must continue to be replaced with something stronger. The supergerms defy treatment. Dallas Hospital thwarts evolving bacteria. Methodist Dallas Medical Center averted an impending outbreak of dangerously infectious bacteria, although less prevalent than MRSA, MRSA. This one acquired a similar resistance to common antibiotics. Yeah, read the article. Again, this is on ICR. There's some great stuff on there. Here's one on Answers in Genesis. Is antibiotic resistance proof of evolution? Antibiotic resistance is one of the most important topics that a beginning biology student going into medicine should learn and understand. Antibiotic resistance is one of the so-called facts of evolution, like you say, Dave. In this section, we will see it is indeed a fact of change, but not one of real evolution. Neo-Darwinian evolution. Antibiotic resistance has become one of the most serious problems to confront modern scientists. And you can go read the article for yourself by Dr. Alan Gillen back 10 years ago. So I'm sorry, Dave, you're simply wrong. Bacterial resistance is not an example of evolution. It's already designed into a really complex code. Bacteria, one bacteria, is more complex than the whole space shuttle. It just didn't happen, Dave. I'm sorry. I know you want so badly to claim you're a professor and to claim you love science and to claim evolution's a fact. And you make the declaration with your Pope hat, oh yes, evolution's an observable fact. No, it is not. I'm sorry. Let's go back here to where we were.
Evolution by natural selection. Speciation, or the production of new biological species, is also an observable fact. We have observed the emergence of new species.
There you go. This gets into the definition of the word species, Dave, which is a very slippery word. You claim you know what species are. I showed last night there are 26 different published definitions of species, and all the major scientists say, we don't know exactly what it is. By the way, Dave, the animals do not care. They don't even know we're putting a species label on them, nor do they care. They know what to look for in a mate. And there's been no observable change where an animal changed into a different kind. I know you don't like that word kind, different kind of animal. I'll show you one more time, just in case you wake up this time. Let's see, where'd I go? Right here. I got too many buttons open. There it is. Okay, there. Alt-DV, there. Definition of species. Let's see. Definition of species. In biology, it's called a type, a kind, a sort. They use the word kind, Dave. Whoa, wow. Okay, go get some strawberries. Cool down. It's a kind or sort. National Pornographic says a species is defined as an organism that can reproduce naturally. Classification of a species can be difficult, even riddled with controversy. Wow. Yep. Species from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. A kind or a sort. Dave, what's the problem with using the word kind? It's an English word and the common use in the English language, okay? Synonyms for species, a kind. Whoa. Oh, I know they don't like that, okay? Biology Dictionary. A species is a group of organisms that share a genetic heritage, are able to interbreed and create offspring that are fertile, okay? They do not allow for reproduction between two populations. There's a barrier. Scientists have changed their definition of species several times throughout history. Well, why did they do that? Because it's really a slippery term. And again, the animals don't care. Way before our scientists came along, God said, they will bring forth after his kind, bring forth after his kind, after his kind, after his kind. It has to do with bringing forth, i.e. making babies, okay? After his kind, 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 20 times in the first 7 chapters. The beast will bring forth after their kind. That's all anybody's ever seen, Dave. If you wish to imagine, you and SpongeBob, just imagine if we had billions of years, it could make a new kind, a new species. We don't care. The animals don't care. They know what to look for in a mate.
Can you just imagine it?
Have been detrimental. Show me where they've added new information. You think going from the wolf to the Chihuahua was adding useful information? It's still a dog, barely, but it's a dog. So after their kind, after their kind, after their kind, after their kind, it's in there a bunch of times. Or sort. Suitable by nature education. See, species is defined as based on shared evolutionary history. How could you possibly know the evolutionary history of an animal? You can make up a story if you'd like. Let's see, is that where it said there's 26? No, let's see. Speciesnature.com. If they can reproduce. What's a species? To this day, scientists struggle with the question. They don't know. The debate over species is far from over. They don't know yet. Embarrassment of definitions. Comes as a surprise to see scientists struggle to agree on something so basic as how to decide a group of organisms form a species. Let's see. Where did it go here? At last count, there were 26 published definitions of species. 26. But you know, Dave, you're the Pope. You know what a species is, don't you? They're struggling to agree. Yep. We take it for granted. Fueled a lot of debates. 26 published. Linnaeus, let's see, they drew lines on paper defining species. That gets difficult. It's proof frustrating. Within a species, there's confusion as well. The willow ptarmigan in Ireland, is that the same as the slightly different one in Scotland? The birds don't care. I don't care. Most people don't care. They would look at both of them and say, it's a bird. All excited. Wow, we decided to call it a new species. Therefore, we're related to potato. I'm sorry, strawberry. Naturalists could not agree about whether they belong to different ptarmigan. I'm sure they both got a government grant to argue about it, okay? Okay, we covered all this the other day. Let's see, let's get back to Dave here. Home. There we go, okay. So he's talking about these new beetles, the evening primrose, as opposed to the morning primrose and afternoon primrose, and it's still a primrose. So you're all excited about these new species.
Species of microorganisms, plants, and animals. We know so much about it that we have terminology to describe the different kinds of speciation that can occur.
Dave, I know you claim to be a professor and you never were, but why don't you contact these ones I just showed at Nature Magazine, National Pornographic, all of them. They don't know what a species is, Dave. Why don't you educate them? Go educate them.
If you understand biochemistry, none of this is surprising at all. DNA undergoes mutation.
The DNA is the most complex code ever written, way more complex than all the computer codes written by man combined. All the computer codes in the history of the world. One DNA molecule is more complex than that. Almost all of our computer codes are 2-digit, ones and zeros. Joseph, are there any others? Okay. The DNA has 4-digit, CATG. That's thousands of times more complex than our simple codes, okay? Morse code, when I was an Eagle Scout, dot, dash, dot, dash. That's only a 2-digit code. And you can spell all the letters and all the numbers with that 2-digit code. Agree. 4-digit code is also 3-dimensional. DNA is not only a twisted ladder, it's sharing information across the rungs, it's sharing information up and down the chain. Way more complicated. And Dave, you're welcome to believe it happened by chance, but you are in SpongeBob world, okay? You imagine that is somehow proof for your religion. And you expect all the other good evolutionists to, bow down, yep.
Genes means the expression of new proteins with the potential for novel functionality and eventually completely different organisms.
Son, they made a claim that happened. You don't know that at all, okay? New organism, eventually. Look at that. Yeah.
This happens faster than one might think.
Okay, here's a fly that has a leg growing out where his eye should be. That is a mutation, Dave. Are you telling me that's beneficial to the fly? Would you give up one of your eyes to have an extra leg growing out of your eye? Anybody here? Then you have the 4-wing fly. Dave, why don't you point out it can't fly? What do you call it? It's not a fly anymore, it's a crawl. All the mutations that I'm aware of have been harmful, fatal, or useless. If you wish to imagine there's some good ones, you just enjoy yourself. But it's imagination, it's not science. And I will debate you again anytime on the condition the moderator knows clearly, shut off your mic when it's my turn to talk, and shut off my mic when it's your turn to talk, because you interrupt constantly. One topic at a time, no interruptions. We'll do it on our channel. Joseph, you promise you will shut him off when it's my turn and shut me off when it's his turn. Don't let either of us interrupt. Would you do it on that, Dave? There is no evidence for evolution. It's a dumb religion, Dave, dumb.
A single point mutation can produce legs where antennae should be, additional sets of wings, and other remarkable.
So the mutation produced additional sets of wings. Dave, it already had a really complex gene code to make a wing. So it's making another pair that makes it now it can't fly. I bet there's lines of code for General Motors to build a Corvette. What if they accidentally had a duplication of lines in code to put 2 engines in it? It's still an engine. It didn't add any new information. And it probably won't run if you can't. There's no room up there for 2 engines. So you're dreaming. I know you want your followers to believe you're the Pope and you said it, it's got to be true. And you got a lot of people following you, Dave. Point mutations have dramatic effects. All of them are negative, neutral, or fatal. Neither one of those flies would survive very long. The one with the leg growing out of his eye, he's easy picking for the frog. And I bet he still tastes the same to the frog. Yeah.
Changes. Kent will respond by saying that these are never different kinds of organisms. Well,
that's correct, Dave. They're still a fly. Go back and look at them. Okay? Fly. It's the same kind of animal. My response would be correct.
What is a kind? This word is in the Bible, but it's incredibly vague.
So is the word species incredibly vague. But I think a 4-year-old knows it's the same kind. They would look at a horse and a zebra and say, that's the same kind of animal. And a horse and a fly are not the same kind of animal. But you think you're related to a strawberry. Dave, I don't know how to help you.
We can read about cattle, a creeping kind, and a beast kind. What is creeping? What counts?
A creepy blind man? Yeah, blunder, creepy blunder. Yeah, I'll debate both of you together. You and creepy get together and say, let's debate Hovind. Come on, bring it on. 855 Big Dino extension 4. Okay, any questions or comments, brother? I've gone almost a half hour. I hate to do this, but.
Yeah, we have somebody in the chat or in the studio.
Somebody in the studio, open mic. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello. Yes, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm overworked and underpaid, but I never complain about it.
Oh, same here. So I just wanted to let you know, I became a Christian, about 20 years ago. And I stayed in Christianity because of you.
Well, good.
And then I grew a few brain cells and became an atheist.
You became an atheist?
Yes, sir.
How long ago was that?
About a year.
Oh, well, there's you can always come back, if you common sense. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
What makes you an atheist? What kind of God don't you believe in?
None of them, for that matter. I mean, that's what atheist means, is don't believe in a God, period.
Okay. We'll see you Judgment Day, find out how that works for you. Go ahead. What else?
Yeah, well, if I get here on Judgment Day and he is there, then I got some questions. No, but the biggest reason was because of contradictions in the Bible.
Oh, yeah. Enunciate and articulate. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Go ahead.
The biggest problem for me has been contradictions in the Bible.
Ah, okay.
And
I've covered that. I've covered that many
the
times. First of all, let me point
problem
out.
of evil.
Yeah, if there's a contradiction in the Bible, that does not therefore automatically prove evolution is true. Right?
No, it does not.
Not correct. Totally unrelated. So I don't think there's any contradictions in the King James Bible. But I know if you give me two and I answer them, you're instead of saying, wow, that's true, you're going to look for two more. I know how this works. I played this game for 35 years, but go ahead.
Yeah, I found that there's plenty of contradictions in the Bible, more than I can even list off top of my head. But that's the main reasons.
Hang on, Joseph, let me grab this book here, okay? Okay. Peter Ruckman from Pensacola did an extensive study of 500 pages of all the supposed contradictions that he had been shown and answered all of them. Okay. I've done quite a bit on this topic on my video number 7 and answered probably 30 of the supposed contradictions. Pick the best one you know of, and I'll see if I can do it off the top of my head. But there's other people waiting to get in. Go ahead.
Sure. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the verse, but it's in Mark and Matthew, and it's the verse where Jesus says that he's going to come back in the same time period as the current generation.
Oh, no, you better read that carefully in the King James. He said, there be some standing here which shall see the kingdom. Some of those same disciples saw when he was transfigured before them.
Oh, the transfiguration
Exactly
has nothing to do with it.
Well, okay, I think it does. I think it has everything to do. They got to see a glimpse of heaven right then.
But you said some will be alive, some will not. And
Yeah,
the
the
transfiguration
disciples-
happened about a week ago or a week later, according to the Bible, and
some of the disciples were still alive.
And some
He
of
said-
them were, not all of them were still alive.
Okay, he said there be some of you standing here which are going to see this, and some of those standing
Right.
there saw that. That's not a contradiction. What?
Yeah,
You're
and then
stretching.
but there are
That's a
some
stretch.
that will not be alive, he said. So that means
Okay.
some is not all of them.
Well, I think a lot of the disciples that lived in Jesus' time are no longer alive to see the final. That's been 2,000 years now. So that's enough to make you give up on Christianity.
No, it's the conglomeration of all of them.
Okay. And did you therefore go into believing in evolution? Is that, jumped out of the frying pan into the fire?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
kind of forced to. So,
Forced into,
it's
okay.
well, not forced to, but I came to the conclusion that is the best explanation that we have. So
Okay.
I have to trust the scientists in the same way that you would trust me as a mechanic, which is one of my jobs.
So when you do mechanic work, do any of those parts automatically come together? Or are any of the
Well,
parts, are all of the parts
that's-
designed?
That's what you consider a non sequitur because it's not the same thing.
Oh, it is. Are the wrenches designed to fit certain nuts, or can you just use one wrench on every nut there is?
No, because we as human beings designed it that way.
Okay.
So
Because you don't think your human body is designed or your mind is designed.
no, it is a process, result of a process of chemical and biological evolution.
So if your mind is a result of random chance chemical processes, how can you trust your own thoughts? Maybe you got some chemicals in there backwards.
No, I mean we are able to observe. We are
How
mindful.
could you know that? How could you possibly know that your mind is telling you the truth when your mind is a random collection?
Because we have the ability of sight, sound, smell, taste, all of that. We can observe things, and we can.
I know all of those happen by chance too. You can't possibly know they're telling you the truth. Is it possible for your eyes? Do people get fooled thinking they saw things when they didn't see things? Can your eyes fool you? Can your ears fool you? I think you're on a slippery ground.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But we have the ability to look into things and find out if what we
Okay.
saw or heard is actually what happened.
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you call Joseph and schedule a debate, and you give the best 2 or 3 evidences you have for evolution. See, I don't have to defend the Bible. I'm convinced there are no contradictions, but I'm not asking everybody to pay for my Bible to be taught in
Yeah.
public schools at
I know you
taxpayer
are.
expense. Right.
I've seen all your videos. I've seen all of your debates that you
Okay.
have on video from the 90s.
Sure.
So
pretty good, aren't
I
they?
know all about it.
You don't know all about it, but okay.
I've learned a lot in the last year, quite a
Well,
bit.
good. The last year of being an atheist, you learned a lot. Okay, well
Yeah,
then,
and before that,
I'll
obviously. But
give the best three evidences. You call Joseph 855 Big Dino extension 4. That you get the best three evidences you know of for why you believe you are related to a strawberry, like Professor Dave. You think you have a common ancestor with strawberries?
yeah, that's what I've heard. So yes.
Okay. You give the best evidence why you would believe that.
I do
why-
have a
why-
quick question.
Well, yeah, and why you believe your own mind when it's just random collection of chemicals. But anyway, go ahead. What's your question?
I was wondering why you weren't at the ARC protest.
Well, there was only going to be, they announced on the website, whatever, there's only going to be 10 people signed up or something at the time. I had a whole bunch of visitors waiting here. I left Joseph there. Joseph went with the camera. If anybody showed up, I'll come in live by Skype. So I was willing to come in live. Nobody showed up, did they, Joseph? A handful of people. So yeah,
Handful.
I had a whole bunch of visitors here. I much more want to reach people. We got a whole
Okay.
crowd
We
here
had a lot
today,
of
too.
disappointed people who were hoping you were going to show up, but
Wait a minute, there was a lot of disappointed people. There were 10 people.
there's more
I
than
got
10.
50 of them waiting here. What's more important?
There was more than 10 people there.
Well, there's only signed up ahead of time. Okay.
Oh, well, maybe for your Skype thing, apparently.
Okay. Well, would it have done any good if I'd come?
I mean, I think a lot of them would have liked to talk to you or have
You-
even
you
have a
talk-
debate, a chance
you're
to have a
talking to me
debate
right
or a
now.
talk.
And I'm challenging you to a debate. None of them would do a debate. Why don't I'll tell all of the guys that showed up, I'll debate them.
And that brings me to my next point. Yamato was wondering why you haven't accepted his debate yet. It's been almost a year now.
Who?
Yamato?
Joseph, is there somebody Yamato wants to debate me? I don't know about.
I've been sitting here for 3 years. I think the same booking link, same phone numbers up.
If he challenged me, I didn't know about it. Must have got lost in the blur around here.
Okay, I mean, he
Tell him
said
to
he
call
would
again.
debate you. It's
Oh. I think Yamato's the guy that's got 500 viewers or
Versal, got it.
yeah. Okay. If it's going to be on creation evolution, nothing about the Bible. I don't have to prove the Bible. I chose to believe it. I think it's flawless, but that's not being forced on all the kids. Your religion is being forced on all the kids, and I resent that. I'm going to try to stop that. Okay. Or at least educate the kids where they can be immune to it.
we've told you before it's not a religion.
I told you before it is a religion. So there you go.
Yeah.
And a boo-boo. Okay.
But it doesn't fit the definition of religion. But
It certainly
anyways,
does. You have to
we were
believe.
one. But
You have to
Yamato,
believe in
I
evolution.
don't know if you remember him. I think you've called him Tomato before. I don't remember.
Tomato?
Yeah, maybe because it sounds like tomato. His name is Chris.
Believe me, it's a blur around here. I talk
Sure.
to lots of people. Okay, but just tell them to call again. Call 855 Big Dino extension
Okay.
4. Joseph, book them if it's on evolution. I don't want to debate flat Earth. I don't want to debate contradictions in the Bible. I want you to prove your point. You want me to pay to have your religion taught. I'd like you to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he emailed you a while ago. He can probably email you again.
I don't even look at email. I very rarely. it's
Or
a
he
blur,
emailed
guys.
Joseph. He
Okay,
might
I can
email
barely
Joseph.
answer the phone. Okay. Go. Joseph, what were you saying?
The booking link is right in the chat. You can
The
book
booking
it
link,
on
booking link is right there in the chat. Call Tomato and tell him to book them. Okay? Good.
Okay.
What else?
I think that's about it. I mean, he said he agreed to your terms as long as you agreed to your same terms.
One topic at a time, no interrupting, equal time for both sides. You got it.
Yep.
And he's only got, Joseph, Google his site. I think he's trying to get famous, become famous, I debated Ken Hovind and get more viewers. Yamato, I think, or something like that. Isn't it a Japanese name? Y-A?
He's got
Can you
plenty
find-
of viewers.
He does? How many
Yeah.
subscribers does he have?
I haven't looked. I don't know.
Oh, look. You see a Yamato in there?
Yeah, I got it. He has 1.2. He's got 1,200 followers, 500 videos, 1,200.
1,200 followers, and he's made 500 videos. I'll debate him. Bring him on. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Oh, sorry. We lost him. Did you take him out? Or?
I'll bring it back.
There he is.
Oh.
Okay. That's it.
No, I have no more questions unless you got something for me.
Nope. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Thank you for having me on.
Comments. Let's see. Kent, I started watching your YouTube videos years ago. Seen most of your debates. I absolutely love your ministry and learned a lot from your debates. Well, thank you, Julio. Appreciate that. Thank you. The Legend of Zelda. A link to the past involved 80,000 lines of code. Ha! And what if one of those lines of code messes up? What if you get a mutation? Does that do something bad for Zelda, make her stand on her head or something? I don't. Somebody sent me a Zelda. Did I have it in here? Yeah, here we go. So you can quit chasing Zelda. We caught her, or him, or it, or whatever it is. I don't want to misgender it. Okay. All right, other question. Supporter, why was Dave in a Pope uniform? I missed something. Well, they make proclamations. Oh, evolution is true. You better believe it. We know evolution is true. They do this proclaim like a Pope does, ex cathedra. That's all. Yeah, we just want to make fun of it. Show how they really think they have the authority to make a statement and everybody better believe it. Please tell us what the Bible means to you. I believe if God created the world, I think he's kind of obligated to tell us what he wants. What does he expect out of us? What are the rules? If he made this world, he owns it. If your city passes a law that said the speed limit is going to be 45 miles an hour on Main Street, the city has to, or the state, or the federals have to do three things. They have to publish the law. Hey, we've got to publish it, public record. New law, 45 miles an hour on Main Street. Then they got to post it, put up a sign. Then they have to preserve it. If somebody knocks a sign down, they put a new one up. Okay, so I think God, I don't know, obligated is probably not the right word, but I think God published his law, published his word. He told us what he wanted. And he posted it, and he preserved it all through history. Millions of people died so we can hold a copy. I believe the Bible is the infallible, inspired, inerrant word of the living God of the universe. This book tells us how the place got started, what we did wrong, messed it up, tells us what God wants for right and wrong, and tells us what's going to happen in the future. And I wrote a book and a video series called What on Earth is About to Happen, for heaven's sake. Whoa, W-O-E. My book, my chart, all kinds of stuff on that topic. The Bible's very clear, and you watch, it's coming like a freight train. Probably in the next couple of years, we're going to see exactly what was prophesied in Daniel and Revelation and Matthew 24 and Mark 13 and Luke 21. It's all coming to happen exactly like he said.
Last one, Doc.
Last one, okay? I'm confused. Can you please define these? Day of Christ, day of the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. If you get my book we just talked about the end times, or get my chart, let's see, right here. Yeah. I distinguish between those terms, okay? The day of Christ is the day we're raptured out. It's mentioned 7 times in the Bible, right here on my chart. That's the day of Christ. It's mentioned 1 Corinthians 1:8, 1 Corinthians 5:5, 2 Corinthians 1:14. Oh, there's a lot of verses about that, okay? Then you have the day of the Lord. Now, the day of the Lord is a 1,000-year period. That is, and it's divided up into 2 parts. Sometimes the Bible says the day of the Lord is a time of wrath. That's all in this dark purple one. And all the verses are in there, a whole bunch of them. Then the day of the Lord also is a time of great blessing. You know, the lion and the lamb lay down together. The whole thing is, well, it's 1,000 years long. The day of the Lord is 1,000 years. What day is like 1,000 years? That is greatly expanded here, but I took out 231 feet to make my chart, because this light purple part would go for 231 feet. This is the almost 3 years of the wrath of God falling on the world. I don't have time to get into all that now. I'll get my video series on that. You can get my video series, watch it, copy it, send it back, get your money back. I tell people I used to loan videos out. I learned right away. Christians don't steal, but they borrow and never return. So buy it, copy it, give it back, get your money back. Okay, that's it. What happened to Strawberry Dave? Anyway, Dave, I'm sorry. You're going to face the very God you don't believe in. I'd like to see you give your heart to the Lord and get saved. I like making fun of you and the strawberry, but I am concerned for you and for anybody who's following you into this dumb religion of evolution. You really better stop and think about it. There's a God. He made the world. He owns it. Now, if you don't like his rules, go make your own universe. Go for it. Do whatever you want on your world. But this one's his, and he's going to judge it by his rules. Okay, tomorrow, nothing. Break. Except a whole bunch of tours at Dinosaur Adventureland. We've got a bunch of kids here. And then Sunday morning, we'll be back in Proverbs chapter 8. That chapter is loaded, brother. I get where I can't sleep at night. You get to think, man. Okay, see you Sunday. Come down and visit Dinosaur Adventureland. It's free.